Here. Take it from the Ironwoman. We only have special guests. And today I'm really honored to meet Ali. She's the founder and CEO of Athlete Bouquet. Actually, we got connected through Gandhi. Listen to his story, the ultra runner. But Ali is actually celebrating each runner in a way. That's how I interpret what you're doing. But maybe give us a little insight on who are you and where did everything start? Where did everything start for you?
Thank you, for introducing me to Suzanne. And thank you, Suzanne, for having me on today. I'm Ali Brettnacher. I'm based in the Midwest in the United States, Indianapolis, Indiana. A wife, mom of two little girls, and now kind of accidentally an entrepreneur. I loved running ever since college for me. And now my life is full of all things running. My business, Athlete Bouquets, helps celebrate finish lines and milestones. It's a gift business. So you can buy an athlete bouquet for an athlete in your life or for yourself before or after a big race or finish line, or even just a milestone. I also am involved with a local marathon here in Indianapolis called the Monumental Marathon. I'm on our board of directors. And then I also have a podcast about everyday runners and just their inspiring stories.
I love it. Congratulations. You started your company during the pandemic, and we all know the pandemic was difficult for people. We were home, bored. We didn't know what to do. What did you do?
I was in software sales. And I was working from home, of course, at the time, and just realized that nobody really cared about what I was selling, what I was doing. And I just had this epiphany of like, this isn't what I'm meant to be doing in my life. I'm not happy. Why am I doing this? Mm-hmm. And I'm lucky that I have a husband who is in corporate America, has a good job. So I left my job. I was pregnant with our second daughter at the time, and then just kind of stumbled across a picture on Instagram that sparked the idea of why can't I gift a runner something that's like a bouquet of flowers, but instead it has all these goodies that you could use for a race. So that was my silver lining, to be sure, from the pandemic. It really launched me into what I've been doing the last few years. And again, it's all about running, which is something that I really love and am really passionate about.
Mm-hmm. And did you tell that person, thank you for the idea? I started a business now. I'm just
You know
curious.
what? I wish I could remember specifically where I saw it. I saw it and then I just started thinking about it and then I lost it. I didn't save that image. I know, because I'm like, somebody made that and gave me that idea. I always say that when I tell my story. And I'm like, if you were that person somewhere out there, please tell me, because thank you.
Wow. I think this would be nice to kind of like close the loop. And maybe you can also team up with that person and have more grandiose ideas. As a runner, what do we need? A mug, obviously, we always drink. And then what are the highlights for a runner, or what are the items you sell the most?
In every bouquet, or in most of them, I have something like fuel. I have goo, energy gels, or maple syrup is a new thing that I've been including. I have blister Band-Aids, BioFreeze, that pain relieving gel. I also have a cryotherapy spray called Tidal. I have a hair tie. What else am I forgetting? I don't know, but like all the things that a runner would need or want before or after a race. Epsom salts too, for like a post-race bath. And yeah, so all the things that you may want or need.
And then people can just click what they want, or I can say, I need sunglasses to add into my bouquet. Is that possible?
That's a great question. I have started trying to partner with other small businesses, specifically some other small women-owned businesses. People have the option to add like jewelry. I have friends that make bracelets for the bouquets, as an example. And I've had people reach out and say, hey, I know my friend doesn't use goo. Do you have other options? And so I can absolutely customize based on a specific runner. And I also do the bouquets based on a specific race. I've got like the Chicago, the Boston. But if there's a race that I haven't done yet, or that's a smaller race, I can customize to that event as well.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to ask, let's say, the Boston Marathon because of the copyright, or how does that work?
It's so interesting because trademarks are tricky. I today have only partnered officially with a couple races based in Indiana. I dream of working with larger marathons in a more official capacity. To be mindful of that, I don't use their logo or name. I would put like Boston 26.2 and use the colors associated with the race to make sure you know what it's representing, but to as not to infringe upon their copyrighted or trademarked stuff.
Mhm. But it's so special. I remember when I finished my Ironman in Lake Placid, there is a Christmas store, and my friend gave me like a Christmas ornament, and it has my name, my number, the date on it. I need to find a box to display it because I'm afraid it will break, and it cannot break.
I make ornaments around the holidays too. It's such a small gesture, but it's such an important life event, and it needs to be celebrated. Often, people who aren't runners don't know how to celebrate somebody who's an endurance athlete. This is an easy way to be like, hey, give them this and you'll be good to go.
I know. And it's just a nice gesture, as you said, to celebrate. We know if whoever has run a marathon, it's so important to have your supporters along the way.
Yes.
And an extra mug. Who doesn't need an extra mug?
And those mugs tend to be the first ones I reach for because I worked hard for those mugs.
A good remember, yeah.
Yeah.
And then how did you get into running or marathon running?
Often I describe it as it was a way for me in college to offset the decisions that I was making, meaning eating a lot of pizza and drinking a lot of beer in college. And so I really started working to run that off, which wasn't the healthiest way to start running necessarily, but I just fell in love and I started doing races. I did my first half marathon in 2007, which was the year before I graduated college. And then my first marathon was in Chicago on 10-10-10, which is easy to remember. I just try to do as many local races here as I can. I've ended up doing a lot of half marathons and 7 full marathons.
You have a mug of each marathon you've done?
I do, actually, because I've done a few of them several times. So I have Chicago, New York, Marine Corps, and then the Indianapolis Monumental Marathon.
Yeah. And tell us more about the Monumental Marathon. You're on the board there. What does that all entail?
I'm on our board of directors. We have several events throughout the year, not just the Monumental Marathon, but the Monumental Marathon is usually around the time of the New York City Marathon. It's the first weekend or second weekend in November. And we have about 15,000 participants. It's a fairly large race. We're in the top 20 in the US and hope to be top 10. What we also do that not everybody knows is we have a kids program called the Monumental Kids Movement, where we work with local school systems to really teach kids about the importance of running and how to run, how to train for a race. And then we host a race just for them in September every year. And that part of this experience of being part of the race has been the most rewarding, just giving back to our community and to kids and helping them fall in love with the sport at an earlier age.
And what are the distances? I've seen kids races and they're so cute because they look around, they don't know where to go. It's motivational even for adults to see the kids and when they cross the finish line.
So we do a 5K, second or third grade up to 8th grade. It's a little bit of an older audience versus like little kids. We also have actually this weekend, which will be May 11th, we have a rookie run that's not by the Monumental, by a different organization in town, but they have all these little smaller distances for a wide variety of ages. And my daughter's going to do one of those. And I think it's like a fifth of a mile. They make it so that it's like nice and quick so they can get a taste of that. But yeah, the 5K is really special because they really do this program over 7-8 weeks to really learn how to build up to something. And volunteering at the finish line of that race is just so incredibly special.
So you even have a program to go up to that? Okay,
yes.
to that distance.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yep. So they would have someone at the school who's responsible for the program at their school, and they coach their athletes up to that race, and then they run with them. So that's really cool.
Oh, that's nice. That's really meaningful. If I had somebody in high school that would have helped me, It's the running. It's, as you said, sometimes you need to make a decision. I go and run, or I have an issue, I go and run. And I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, there's no issue. Or you have a solution, or you're like, I have the best idea. What else I can do in my business or whatever. And let's go back a little bit to as an entrepreneur. What are the challenges that you're facing? And when you said like you would have never thought that you would be an entrepreneur, what can we learn from you?
So it's funny, I never thought I would be an entrepreneur, but my parents are both entrepreneurs in the
Mm.
tech space. But I guess I didn't know whether or not I would truly follow in their footsteps. They were very successful. And I was like, I don't think I could ever do that. But here I am. The challenge, one of the biggest challenges for me, it was just getting started. I'm a perfectionist. I want everything to be perfect and amazing before I show it to the world. And one of the things that entrepreneurship has taught me is that you just have to do it, or it's never going to happen because it's never going to be perfect. So I finally, with encouragement from friends and family, just was like, okay, I'm just going to put it out there and I can always evolve. And one of my life mantras also is that nobody cares. I was kind of worried that people would, I don't know, be like, oh, she went from being this successful software person to now like making these little gifts for runners. And it's like, nobody cares. Just do what you want and what you love. And so that was the hard part, was just getting started, frankly. And that taught me a lot because now I've been able to do more and more without really truly worrying about it being perfect and knowing it's not going to be perfect and easy. Then just learning about how to piece everything together for your business is tricky. Technology, products, making products, shipping, wholesale, all the just little things that I didn't really think about when I started out. It's really fun to solve those challenges and just figure it out and keep going and knowing that not everything's going to work, and that's fine too.
Nobody cares. You're doing the hard
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm curious, do you have a production line, or how does that look like? You have everything at your house, or I'm ordering a mug
Yeah.
and with all whatever is inside there. How does it happen?
Yeah, Suzanne, the global headquarters is like in the background of my Zoom, which I know people listening can't see, but it's me and just me today. And so I have a huge closet full of mugs, full of inventory of products that I put in the bouquets themselves, all the boxes under my workbench to do all the shipping and packing. Today, I do it all on my own. I envision it being that way for a while, even when it gets busy. I've had to have friends come over and help me preparing for some local races where I do get more involved. It's also something that I get to do while my kids are little, and I want to keep it in a way that allows me to be there for them for big things like volunteering at their school or being able to pick them up or whatever needs to happen when it comes to my family. So while maybe someday when the kids are older, I'll have a warehouse where things are drop shipped and it's a little bit bigger of a business, but today it's all done out of my home office, which is actually really nice. I enjoy it.
So your team is me, myself, and I. I
Yep,
always
me,
call like I have a
myself,
big
and I.
team.
Yep.
And your girls are helping also sometimes?
Oh my gosh. My older daughter is kindergarten age. So she's 6.5. My younger daughter's 3. She's not super helpful, but she will try. Like on the weekends, if I'm doing stuff up in my office, the girls like to come hang out with me. And my older daughter is good at like helping me put stickers on things or getting things situated and sorting things. And she's good at stealing my stickers too. I make stickers and she will steal her favorites from my office and I'll find them all over the house.
That's funny.
But I love showing them not just from business, but also running, like what I'm capable of to show my girls what hopefully one day they will be capable of. I want them to know that they can do anything.
And always my last and special question is like, what do you do when you don't work or run? How do
Oh
you
gosh.
rejuvenate or recharge bubbly person and the CEO and the entrepreneur and the mom?
Yeah. How do I recharge? By getting a lot of sleep, literally. No, I would say at this season of my life, I really get energy from spending time with my girls and my family. Like seeing the world through their eyes and doing things, especially now that we're entering warmer weather here in the Midwest, just taking them to go explore. Like that really, really motivates me and keeps me fired up for doing what I'm doing.
And that's when you get your creative ideas or?
Yeah, a lot of my ideas come while I'm on the run, frankly. So that's when I'm feeling a certain way or like at a race, that gets the ideas flowing. Except I need a better way to like figure out how to write them down while I'm running. But that's the hard part.
That's something I'm also having a challenge with, right? So you have the best ideas when you're running and you get home and you're like, what was that again?
Yeah, I know. Yes, exactly.
So maybe that's your next
Right.
venture, to figure out something, a device,
Yes,
how
yes.
to capture our ideas on the run.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yep.
All right. We'll check in with you when you have that device, and I'll be a better tester for you when you have
Perfect.
that ready. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much to give us a
Thank
glimpse
you,
into your
CJ.
life. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
What a cool idea, athlete bouquet. This would have been a nice. What would you put in your mug? What do you need as an athlete? A special mug for the special occasion. Thank you so much, Ali. Great conversation. Take it from the Ironwoman. We have episodes every Monday with cool people, interesting stories. Don't miss out. And also download the book, Take It from the Ironwoman, Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. See you next time. Follow us, like us, and subscribe on your preferred platform. Subscribe on your preferred podcasting platform. Bye-bye.